Hey everybody, Ronnie here with Sage Construction. And I've had a lot of things on my mind lately. Well, I should say more than usual. Thinking about life, business, family, financial success, all of the things that I think most people ponder on. What I've been thinking about is, aside from family success and friendship success, if you will, because business is life, is what I'm saying. And so the success in the business bleeds into your success in life and vice versa. And so what does it take? Kind of some thoughts of mine, thoughts of my mentor Marshall Wilkinson as well, who's highly successful. See how to constantly be better, right? Every day I want to be better than I was yesterday. That's one of the biggest things, right? Let's always continue to improve. Every day, let's get better. Let's do something better today that, we didn't do yesterday. Let's learn something today we didn't know yesterday. And all of those small things, over time, add up to big wins, whether we realize it at the time or not. It's just doing the right actions over a period of time. Some of the traits that we've talked about and I've thought about is discipline. Because without discipline, you can't focus and concentrate on anything for any extended period of time. And that's what it takes, right? You can't dip your toe into the pool. You got to cannonball into the deep end and go all in and go for it. Now, that's not saying go into things blindly, right? You have to be educated, you have to be sharp, you got to know your stuff. You can't fake the funk. So with being hyper-focused, it ties into the discipline. Because if I'm disciplined, I have my kill list. And that could be a learning goal, that could be a monetary goal, that could be a faith goal. Whatever the goal is, if you're disciplined on that, meaning you're doing it regularly, you're hyper-focused on it with, direct intention on that item at that specific time block, you're gonna get the results that you want, right? They say, and don't quote me, but you're worth your 5 closest friends, and you're a product of that, right? We're a product of our environment. A lot of us aren't taught to go out there and win. We're taught to go out there and get a good job, get an education, and go work for somebody and get your 401k, right? And that's all good if that's the path you choose. But if it's not the path you choose, then you got to hit it hard, right? And one of those things is, and this is one of Marshall's, is that we underestimate the amount of effort that it takes to achieve anything. And that couldn't ring truer. Because if you think that, let's say to run a financially successful business, you're gonna, do the 9 to 5, I've done my 8 hours and I'm out of here. Living in a dream world, because that's just not the case. It's hands-on all day, every day, 12 hours plus. That goes back, you do what it takes to win. And when you're around other people that have the same mindset and they're actually doing the same things as you, putting in those long days, doing whatever it takes, hyper-focused, disciplined, it almost fuels me to continue doing the right things, right? To get those end results of what we're after. Another one is being fearless, right? You can't go into something scared or having fear. Fear really is just us, the human brain, creating things that haven't happened yet, but we're creating all these scenarios, all these worries, all these concerns. Well, what if I do this? That'll happen. But we haven't gone through it to see what'll happen. We're all guilty of it. It's the way we're wired. It's just, I think, being aware of that and pushing that aside when we realize that it's creeping in. Because if we're not really willing to take risks and be fearless, we'll never get the reward. So it's just keeping those things aligned, always keeping them at, the front of your mind, and continuing to push forward, keeping that in front of the customers, keeping that on the mind of, subcontractors, employees, anyone that is connected and representing the business in one way or another. Finding the right employees. It's difficult, but they're out there. It takes a lot of work. It takes a fair amount of money, right? You can interview people, you can onboard people, but I think until you've actually gone through some projects with them, I think on the first one you have a good idea on, once you go through processes and do they submit everything you need on time. To a certain degree, budgeting, right? Project budgeting. If you have guys milking a job, they're eating into the profits of the job. And let's face it, some employees don't really care about anything except does their paycheck cash on Monday. And those aren't the people you want on your team, but it takes some time to figure that out. And just have a solid team that that you can trust, that you can depend on, that help keep the business running efficiently, running effectively, continuing to build a positive reputation. Reputation's everything, right? And perception is reality. If you pull up in a shitty looking truck with papers all over the dashboard and 10 feet high of tools and debris in the bed of the truck, and you pull up to a business or a home, they see that, it doesn't look good, right? So we always have nice, clean, organized trucks, look professional. It represents us and how we operate. So I think that's very important. We can tie that in with the standards, right? That's the standards of life, that's the standards of business. And be on time, do what you say you're gonna do, be sharp, dress sharp, tip of the spear. And that's how we wanna operate. Discipline dictates success. So to me, discipline is number one on the list. Discipline in life, discipline in business. It definitely creates rewards.